excited today to be joined by Grand Slam champion Sloane Stephens, and we're going to talk all about your comeback to tennis and your new tennis racket. So tell me about this comeback. You've accomplished so many things already in your career. How's it going?
Good. Excited to be back on tour, excited to be playing again. Obviously excited, very excited to have a new racket. I haven't changed rackets in a very long time, so a little bit nervous, but excited to just get back on the court with some new gear and just go for it.
Awesome. So what about this moment in your life made it time to start a new chapter with your comeback and your switch to Tecnifibre Fire?
Oh, that's like a tricky question. But I think, you know, I'm very much of the mindset of like nothing changes if nothing changes. And I think for my tennis and as I'm getting older, I'm just like, okay, it's time to try new things. You know, everything in tennis has changed. The rackets have changed, the ball speeds has changed, the court speeds have changed. So many different little technicalities that you kind of always have to tweak and adjust. And I think my racket was something that I'm like, I can make a change now. Like I've played a really long time. I have the opportunity to change. I have the opportunity to try something different. And I think it's always tough, you know, when you get used to something. But I think just because the game has changed so much, like the rackets have changed, the strings have changed, all of the above, it makes it interesting, difficult, and kind of cool at the same time that you're able to do something like this to make a switch. And yeah, it's a good change, right? It's something that I think my game needs, and coming back on tour after being off for pretty much a year, just like looking forward to getting back on the court, looking forward to having a new stick and just like getting out there again. So it's all exciting.
That sounds amazing. And maybe you can walk us through what the process of trying all these different rackets was, and how did you end up connecting with Tecnifibre Fire?
So I went on this very roundabout racket trial. I've used Roman. I think everyone knows Roman. He is a racket specialist, and I have used him since the beginning of my career. And I flew out to see him in Nashville, and we tested about 25 rackets in a couple of days, and I narrowed it down to a couple, and then we did another day, and it was kind of like a revolving door of rackets, and I got down to 2 rackets. And when I decided on the Fire, I think my decision was based on, you know, what complements my game the most. Like, what do I not have to think about? Like, how can I just play my game without having to do anything extra? And that's how I settled on the Fire.
And what aspects, especially when you first hit with Fire, what stood out about this racket, and how is it making you construct your points maybe differently, or maybe you're attacking better?
Yeah, so I think for me in the Fire, I used to play with a very heavy racket. So this racket was definitely about taking the weight down, taking the swing weight down, making sure that the balance was right for me. I obviously love to hit forehands and like run around a lot of balls, but I think for me in my older age, like running around a lot of shots and like hitting forehands, like definitely gets tiring after a bit. So I was like, I definitely need something that the swing is lighter. The balls, like I said, are changing. So sometimes the balls play really hard and fast, and sometimes they play slow and heavy. So just kind of like having a racket that can adjust to that was really important to me. The power, like just knowing that I need to be a little bit more aggressive in my game. So being able to kind of just take it up a notch when needed was also something I was really looking forward to. And then, yeah, the grip. The grip for me is really important. I like kind of like a round grip, not too rigid. And I think the Tecnifibre grip for me is just like perfect. It's like the right grip, the right string, the right head size, all of the things. So that's pretty much how I selected the Fire, and everything that complements my game.
Nice. And I heard that you recently switched, you just mentioned string, to Tecnifibre Razor Soft. How's that combo working?
It's worked great so far. I don't know, I haven't played a match yet, so I'm not sure. But so far, so good. Like I said, in terms of power and control and feel and having all of those things in a string is helpful. And then like obviously with adding the racket, it's kind of like a double whammy, right? And like all the things that I was looking for, I was able to find in both the racket and the string. So hopefully when it comes together and we play a match, it'll be good.
It's gonna be there. Now, using new gear, how has your mindset changed, or how has this new racket influenced how you feel on the court and your confidence levels?
So I think whenever you feel good about your equipment, your gear, how you look, what you're playing with, it does impact your game. It gives you that extra little boost of confidence. So I'm looking forward to stepping on the court with new gear and stepping on the court with just like a kind of a refreshed, perspective. And yeah, when you look at a racket and you see like positivity and you're excited about it, like obviously with my old racket, I have a lot of memories, but I think being able to build new memories is always important.
Absolutely. And then talk to me a little bit about what this comeback has meant to you and what you've realized it's brought out of you as a person and even as an athlete.
So I think I've always been like, oh, Sloane 2.0, like Sloane 3.0. I'm like on Sloane like 6.0 right now. So I'm very excited to get back on the court. It was a long year off, but so many amazing things off the court, which were really cool. And I think now, just getting back on the court, competing, like I'm really looking forward to it. And I think I was able to make the changes that I always kind of wanted to make, but would never really like pulled the trigger. So just excited to get back on the court and play and just compete.
Amazing. And you're a fan favorite. Everyone loves you. So at this stage in your career, what are you most excited to share with your fans?
Oh, I'm looking forward to just getting back out there and playing. I think week to week I've made like friends and like family at every single tournament. So I'm just looking forward to getting out there. Obviously in the US, it's incredibly special to be able to play at, some home tournaments, like just play at Indian Wells, play in Miami, the US Open, like all of the events that I really look forward to. I'm excited about that. And I'm just excited to like be in my cities again. Like I was there last year, but not playing. So it was a little bit different. It was a little bit more fun in a different way. But I do love like getting in my routines at tournaments and eating at my same restaurants and like getting into that little vibe. So I'm really looking forward to that and just, hang out with fans, seeing fans. And yeah, just being on tour again.
Amazing. And then last but certainly not least, I know your foundation is very special and near and dear to your heart. So can you share the mission and the legacy that you're building with that and let us know how involved you are, how hands-on you are, and how big of a role tennis plays?
Yeah, so we are a tennis and education foundation, which now is a soccer, swimming,
wow.
esports, reading lab foundation. We do all of the things, and we're 12 years old now.
Wow.
So we've been active for a really long time and just supporting our community. We're mostly based in Compton, California. So we serve the entire school district of Compton Unified, kindergarten through 12th grade. So we service about 15,000 kids a year there, which is really special just because kids who normally wouldn't play tennis or have the opportunity to play tennis, we're just making sure that it's there. And then Compton High School recently got a new pool. They haven't had a pool in 50 years. So my mom was a swimmer, so being able to implement swimming programs has also been really important for us. And I think just in general, the things that we're doing at the foundation, just introducing kids, giving them resources, giving them new things to try has been incredibly special and important just to my family. We all kind of feel the same. We all kind of work in that same environment. We all work together, which is really nice. And for me, tennis has given me so much. It's been my vehicle to do so many incredible things in life, and I've been able to travel and I've been able to do so much. So I think for me and my family, giving back and giving kids that same opportunity in whatever aspect or form that is, that's just kind of what we do every day.
That's so amazing. We appreciate you taking the time to sit down and talk with us today, Sloane, and everyone at Tennis Warehouse will be cheering for you throughout 2026. We're so excited to see you back competing. And if anyone out there wants to play with the same racket from Tecnifibre that Sloane's using, Tecnifibre Fire, be sure to visit us at Tennis Warehouse, Tennis Warehouse Europe, or Tennis Only.